So I'm just going to open this hole up a bit. This is in the back of the firebox. And I've got a tapered step drill type, not step drill type thing. And I want to get that bit of steel in there. And this will be the gas inlet. A bit more. Bit more still. Perfect. That'll do. And the idea being, let's just zoom out a bit. I think we'll do there. That we'll have a manifold coming across here, which will be a bit of this box section, which will take the gas from the back of the burning roasting cylinder through a series of bits of pipe that will be welded together like that, and there'll be some form of socket there, so this whole lot can be removed if required. The top of this section will be sealed up. The bottom will have a wooden plug in it, so you can pull it out and let the condensate drop out. So let's just see how we get on. And the sun's come out. Isn't that nice? It's been raining for days. All the main drains are absolutely full and the pumps are working really well. So we haven't got any floods, but God, it's been tipping it down. I think that will do nicely. And it's dead still, but look at these nice oak, and they've just been thinned, and there's little gaps around the crowns, but it's dead still and it's just come on to rain, so we just need to get cracked on. And there we got some oak regen from the store, but it's been nibbled by the deer, and that of course is a split level cut. I'll just turn round. There it is, and it's not bad. The hinge is slightly tapered and there's just a little pin right in the middle there, but it's not that bad. If we just look there, we can just see that hole. It's not focusing. Focus. I can see that hole and the pipe that's inside that goes down there into there. So that's sort of lined up. And let's just turn at 90 degrees. That's set level. That's the manifold. And all we want to do is line that hole there in the back of the firebox up with a mark on there like that. So we just need to move the camera back a bit further. Okay. So that sits in there, and that'll have a jet drilled in it. And that looks about right. And now I can just mark there. And I can drill a hole in that bottom face, which will line up with this. So the gas will come up here, along there, and down there, into the firebox. Brilliant. We're getting on. It's coming together. Clonk. Let's go and drill a big hole in that then. Okay. One hole, two holes. Just like that. So those I'm just going to tack on there on this manifold, just to so that if they're not quite the right place, I can adjust them. So I'll do that off camera. Okay. Switch that off. There we've got the manifold. That's pretty good. So I need to finish all the welds up, and then we need some fine holes drilled in the side of here. I don't know what size. It'll be gas that's not really under pressure, so I'm thinking 2mm holes. And we need to block the end up. So I'll just crack on with that. So as you can see, I've drilled some holes. 4 holes this side, 4 holes the other. And when this is in the firebox, I'm just going to poke that bolt up the end for the moment, just in case I have to, it gets blocked up or something like that, and I think that'll be sufficient just to block that end up. There won't be any pressure there. So we're nearly there. The manifold hopefully is complete, and let's just stand the retort back up and put this in place. And the bolt goes flying out. Tell you what. There we go. So I think we can probably just cut a little bit off the bottom there, and then just make up a wooden plug, and we're nearly there. So, moving on, let's just zoom in here. There's the end of that gas pipe. in the back of the firebox, and if it's slightly too long we can always cut it off because it's all removable as I've shown you. Now we've got other things to think about. First of all, there's this lump of steel here with a bend, opposite bends. I think that'll be ideal for making the door, and the bends will make it less flexible, put it like that. But we'll talk about that in a minute. What we've also got to think about is putting a lining in this firebox, because it's pretty thin and it might work for a while, but it'll get hot and burn out and all sorts of stuff. But luckily I've got something here. These are the fire bricks out of a storage heater. And guess what? So it might take one, well it won't take, it'll take more than one, but it might take two, or I might have to cut one down. And then I've got some 5mm checker plate, and I can put a lining there and there, even if it's just held in with one bolt, which might be a good idea. So there you go. So let's go on to the design of the door. So it wants to be that long, so it'll be that high, and I think we'll have the hinges on this side, so that piece will roll around the frame, and the catch will be on this side. So therefore what we'll need to do is we'll need to put a slot in there like that, so that the catch can pivot there and come through like that, if you see what I mean. And then also we'll need a hole there and a biggish hole there and a little hole in the middle for the air vent, and that doesn't want to interfere with the catch, so there'll be a bit of fiddling around there. Hopefully that sort of makes sense. Then we'll just have a plate on the front, a round plate with a little handle on it, and that plate will have two holes that match up with that. So if you lift this up, then the plates, then the holes get out of sync and they block up. So we'll just crack on with that.